Hello, hello, hello. Hey, y'all. It's me, SB. I hope y'all are having a terrific Monday. Y'all see, I'm by myself. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Things are a little different. Black man, black man got the family, got the kids. Y'all know he's still doing Christmas. But me, I had some things to do this evening, so I had to keep it moving. But
Dearly beloved,
I hope all of you have had a good what am I going to call it? Good Christmas, I suppose, or happy holiday. And I hope all you are going to continue to have a good holiday. And I thank you so much for being here, even though it's that particular Monday. But most people are off, so I'm glad that y'all are here, and I'm glad that y'all got the message to come this early in the day. But y'all know I love that 4 o'clock show. I ain't gonna tell y'all my secrets. No, I'm just gonna surprise y'all. Yeah, the new year is coming, so SB Nation is doing some different things. So hopefully you all can play a big part in that and, be there also. But again, like y'all always know, I thank everybody for your support. TikTok, I love you guys. You all are always in there supporting SB. Thank you so much for doing so. Instagram, oh, you coming around. Thank y'all so much for supporting. And YouTube. Y'all, we family. Y'all know it. So we on first name basis. So y'all know I appreciate you guys and what you are doing. So today, though, we have a special type of show. I hope y'all read the title. The title is If You Have No Respect for Men, Is Raising a Boy Child Difficult? But we're going to get into it. I just want y'all to think about it. This is for the ladies. This is for the ladies, not necessarily a single mom. I just want to hear some thoughts. Men, I want to hear some of your thoughts too, because you all may have this may have happened to you all too, or you may have had questions, or you should be questioning. I don't really know. I think you should be questioning, especially if you have children with someone that you're not married to. Remember, though, I say everyone should be married. But anyway, before we do that, I want to get into my comment section. Say hello to you all. Thank y'all for being here. So who we got there? AP, how you doing? It's good to see you, Harris Family Values. I hope you had a Merry Christmas, and it's good to see you here too. Dr. Steele, what's up? Ebony, now listen. Before you hear from anybody else, I was talking about you the other day, because I got to tell you something. Everybody on the standards, and I'm saying everybody because I want y'all all to participate in it, but they all getting married. If you did not know, Jedi and Tamika announced their engagement on Friday.
dearly beloved,
Me, y'all, you know who I am now. I Can y'all hear me now? Sorry about that, guys. I got a crazy microphone. Hopefully y'all can hear me. I don't know what's going on with it. But anyway, give me a 1 if y'all can hear me. Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Steele. But JoJo, I hope you heard what I said. I need to see the wife. I need it. But thank y'all, guys. I hope we got it straight now. Can y'all hear? I think Dr. Steele said, yes, we're good. So if I missed someone, forgive me. Forgive me for doing that. Oh, no. Wait a minute. Blooming Ebony says, oh, no. Okay, hopefully we got it straight. Well, How about now? Y'all put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me now. All right, good. I don't know what's going on. Y'all know we be struggle streaming sometimes for no good reason. I'm not really sure. But oh, JoJo says there goes the smile. And yes, ma'am. You engage. Ebony, I need to hear from you too. This is gonna be the love show. Listen, y'all, this got to be the love show. This has got to be it because I am receiving it is so much hate out there, guys. Bobby M, what's going on with you? It's good to see you. I am so glad that you all were able to make it today at this 4 o'clock hour. I actually love this 4 o'clock hour because y'all, I don't like fooling around at night with these folks. You know, crazy people come out at night. You got to stay in the house when it get late. So anyway, I'm just kidding. But listen, we're gonna jump right into it. If you have no respect for men, is raising a boy child difficult? Now, listen, the reason why I came up with this is because y'all know I can't help but to hear junk that is on these YouTube platforms, things that people are saying, women, men, all alike. We be having some crazy stuff. And y'all know my whole everything is to get people married because I really think that women, we need to be covered. We don't need to be running around out here just, willy-nilly, as they say, uncovered. We need to be married. These are my thoughts. And any woman that wants to be married, I would love to share in some of the things that I've gone through as a young woman to now on how to become a good wife. So you can have longevity in that. So you can be covered. So you can be fulfilled and be successful at being married, and it'd be okay. And it'd be enough. I'm hearing all the time now about this happiness. I'm not happy. I need to be happy. So should I just settle and all of that? No. I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm just saying, grow up. Grow up. Just become an adult. Understand that life is not all about you. Nobody really, crisis don't care if you're happy. No. Kids don't care if you're happy. Nobody really cares if you're happy. So you got to learn how to deal with just being okay. And then you can create your happiness in that. Because what else do you want? Another toy, another car, another pocketbook, some heels? What is it? What do you want? What can fulfill you without the love? What can fulfill you more than the love of a man that's your husband that is taking care of you? Gosh, I think I need to say that again. What can fulfill you more than the love of your husband taking care of you? Dearly beloved, I don't think people understand that. I don't think women understand that. And men, I hope y'all can get it. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. It's an absolute good feeling to know. And guess what? I can be mad some days, but I know Mr. Boss got my front and back. I know this. So I'm good because I don't have to worry about anything. So I'm just trying to pass on that type of peace to other women so they can feel what I feel. But what I'm getting, what's all I'm seeing and what I'm out there on these platforms is no respect. Now, listen, I got to do it some justice. So I'm going to talk very slow. Clement, what you say? Thank you so much, Clement, for your $2 super chat. SB, you going to have a membership for your channel? Me and Mr. Boss were talking about that. We got to figure all these things out. Just to be honest with you, Clement, I came here to just share with y'all. Me and Mr. Boss been married a long time. I feel like we're a young couple, but older. Been doing it for a long time. Been married over half my life. And I noticed that we were in crisis, meaning Black folks in the United States. It's in crisis. And it could be Black folks everywhere. This thing's probably moving around everywhere. So my initial idea is just to spread love, honestly, to talk about family and the nuclear family and marriage. That was my initial idea. Coming over to YouTube was brand new to us, and we don't know everything and everything about it. So we're learning as we go. We're definitely trying to figure out how memberships can benefit us. But I'm going to tell you this, and this is for the ladies. I am definitely putting together a masterclass or classes for ladies, and that's going to come in the new year. And that is going to be for the ladies, and that's going to be some type of member per se, because I'm not going to do it live. I want to get with these ladies, any woman that wants to be a part of it. I want to get with them, find out where they are, and we just learn together. And then once I learn what they need and where they are, look, we're going to get some books. We're going to read them because y'all know I'm big on these books, learning how your man function, being a powerful praying wife, just all of that. I'm big on that. So we're going to be learning together. So in the new year, I am going to do that. How it's going to be done, I'm not absolutely sure, but we definitely going to put it together, and I'm going to announce it on every week until we get enough women that want to be involved, and we're going to do it. So SB out here doing the Lord's work. Absolutely. Who else could I be working for besides my husband? But anyway, listen, I have told y'all every week, I'm going back now. Every week I'm on here, or every time I come, I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about myself because I have some new subscribers. And sometimes the things I say may seem to be a bit extreme. So if you learn more about me, then it'll all make sense. Those of you who have been with me from the beginning, y'all know me by now, y'all. Y'all know who I am. So if something come out, it ain't quite right, y'all be like, that's SB. And we just keep going. Or if I say, whatever, y'all know I'm a living example of my life. I don't find stories to tell. I don't copy anybody. Matter of fact, I don't even look at too many YouTube channels to look at other content creators because I don't want any of their ideas in my mind. So whatever I bring to you, y'all, it's authentic. The one pot, straight from a counselor, a pastor, I told y'all that. No dating women, not going out or going out of town with married women, not going out of town with single women or not hanging out with them. Straight example. Straight, I live and I learn. That's what you have to do. All that came from my life. Ain't nothing made up. But I got to tell y'all this. I'm a bit excited about it because I've been hearing these things throughout these platforms now, even though I've been hearing them throughout the platforms. And I'm excited about that because that means the message is getting out there. I love that idea. But ladies, listen, I need y'all to check in with me. Because those things that I'm telling you, or the not hanging out with single women, one pot, all that stuff has a basis. That has a foundation. It has a foundation. I'm glad that you love it and appreciate it, but you got to get some foundation for that. If that's not your life, it may be hard to explain once you're challenged. That's all I'm saying. But there's been so many other things. Y'all hear me all the time. Y'all over here getting SB, but this is my life. There's nothing made up. I can say it 20 million times. There's nothing made up. Y'all already know. The other thing is I've been married for 27 years. Y'all probably know all that. I am a career woman, but I also work for my husband. Let me just explain that for a little bit. Security boss is real. The boss is real. My husband and I own a company. We have real individuals working for us. Been doing it now since 2005. But prior to that, I'm a real estate agent. I've been a realtor since 2001. I've been selling houses, y'all, nearly the whole time that I've been married, nearly. Now, right now, I'm not actively selling any houses because I don't believe in the market, but I am still an active real estate agent. Very much so. I will never, ever let that license go. So if y'all ever talk to any real estate agents, y'all know the test that you take, the little bar exam you take is no joke. No joke. Kind of try to confuse you. It's not hard. It's just confusing. But guess what? I passed it on the first try. But anyway, all these things. Oh my God. One of the most important things I need to say is Mr. Boss. Mr. Boss is the producer of the show. If the camera comes on, he's the person that turns it on. If the camera goes off, he's the person that turns it off. We can actually probably blame him for the silence that we have all in the middle of this, all in the middle of the production. Can we do that? Y'all heard that, right? So Mr. Boss is all the talking, the noise, the buzzing, the dearly beloved. He participates his way in my show. And we are a pair. We nearly work together. Not nearly. We work together every day, all day. And I still like him. That's what married people do. That's what I do. And we've been doing it a long time. So I needed to share that with you all. And every time that we come here or that I'm here, I am going to continue to share a little bit more about me because I realize that a lot of people don't know about me. So some things I say may just be off. So Dre, what you got for me? Awesome. Masterclass. FYI, watch out for imposters from, what you saying? From Cynthia's building, like they're interested, but reporting back. They gonna get converted. Listen, I'm good with that. Let them come over because it's two things that can happen. Either I can change them or they can change me. And y'all already know I'm SB. I ain't going nowhere. So that could be good, right? Thank you for telling me though. But now look, they can come on over. It doesn't matter. A woman is a woman. I'm willing to speak to them all. I am willing to speak to them all. Yeah. I thought about that. But you know what? There's a lot of imposters out there. They are. And I know I've been noticing the larger I get, y'all know we on our way to 10,000, but the larger I get, I notice there have been people that are becoming more controlling. They're being real forceful towards me and trying to put me in some category, and all kinds of weird stuff been going on. And I'm like, look, all you got to do is watch the channel. You're welcome to come look at the previous videos. It ain't hard to figure SB out. It ain't hard, but you're not going to create something now. Make sure it's me, but I don't, they do a lot of stuff that's weird. So thank you for that. Dr. Steele says, I think it's so neat to have a master class for ladies. I hope so. You will be one of the right ones to have a master class, because there are so many Black women who have negative thoughts having master classes. Ooh, are you serious? So we're just pouring more negativity out there, huh? Just more and more. No, that's not happening. It's going to be about the women and what we need to do if we want to be married. Because see, one of the prerequisites for coming to the class is you want to be a wife. If you don't want to be a wife, ain't no need in you coming, because that's all we're talking about. We're talking about mindsets changing and becoming good wives and good women until that man finds us. That's about it. That's all you got. That's all you're going to get. But I'm ready now, y'all. If you have no respect for men, is raising a boy child difficult? This is coming from, I'm going to tell you how I got this from. Last week, I did a live. And in that live, I took a moment and I spoke to a young lady that's always in our lives. It was Sugar Bum and it was Cora. I love them both. Have no bad things to say about them, but they sometimes, they make me think, because it's like, why are y'all saying these things about Black men? Why are you so negative towards Black men? And Cora is the most funny at this point because she has a man. So she obviously knows that there are good men in the world. Now, I honestly believe that Sugar Bum is just trolling. So we're going to laugh at her too, but they're both good with me. I'm not going to lie. So even if they are not sold on Black men or feel as though they need to just sit back and watch, it's all good. Because again, either you're going to convert, are you probably going to run away? That's my theory. Hey, Ine, I hope you're having a good holidays. Good to see you. But that's my theory. Either you could come and play with me all day. I will play with you. I really, really will. But two things can happen. Either I run you away or you convert. So I say that all because when I started talking to Cora, I was going back to a couple of weeks ago. She, her Sugar Bum be having all these negative things to say to men. Now, at some places, it's do that and it's all fun and games. But over here, I happen to think my men that are in my comment section are pretty square. Y'all pretty square. Y'all ain't perfect, but I happen to think y'all are pretty square. So I don't know if indeed you all be going at them or not, because I'm not a comment watcher too much when I start talking to you. I try, but I'm not into it that much. I'm much more into what I'm saying to you. But anyway, it brought me to a place where I said that all the negativity needs to stop, because they do listen to Cynthia G a lot. I do hear a lot of her talking points. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. A lot of things that Cynthia G says is very true. She does quote stats, or she does have examples of trauma or things that Black men have done that was not their best. It wasn't good at all. Actually, it was darn near trashy. And I agree with it. It's wrong and it shouldn't happen. But on that end, I ask, where's the grace? Do we have some grace for these men? Doesn't seem like it. But then on number 2, I say, this is rooted in hate. I mean, I get the trauma because I experienced it myself, but I don't hate that man because of it. I don't hate any man because of the breakup. This is all in hate right here. And then number 3, and this I can't say for sure if it's going on or not, but if I wanted to dedicate myself to something like that, I would still place all my energy in making the women better women so they can identify the bad men. So again, hate. So that brings me to all the negativity that I hear. I heard ladies today, or maybe yesterday, talking about how their children were theirs. And they didn't trust the children, didn't trust the dads to have time with the children. So I say to myself, you don't trust the dad to have time with their kid. How is that possible? That's the same man you laid down with and had the child, right? I mean, you gave him your whole body. He probably knows all your crevices. He probably know all your fat rolls. He probably even knows your scent. But now you don't trust him enough for the child that he went half on? I was like, wow, this is big. Don't trust him. So what happened? And I'm thinking, was he that criminal before you slept with him or after? Was he that deadbeat dad before you slept with him or after? And I didn't have no answers because I'm sitting up here talking to the TV and looking at women just raging out. So I had to come up with my own conclusions and be like, yeah, he probably was that same dude. But I say to the women, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry you had to suffer the trauma. And I'm sorry right now that your child can't have a father because you picked the wrong man to impregnate you. And I hate that he left you. And I hate that he didn't see the duty in being a good dad. I hate all of that. I agree with you. But what now? What do we do? So then it came to me and I was like, wow. So what if these ladies have boy children and they have no respect for a man? What do they do? How can they accomplish raising another Obama or another business owner or, a judge? Even a athlete, a star athlete, whatever, whoever we want to be that's successful as a Black man, just an entrepreneur, just a man that holds down a job at the city. How does you do that? How do we raise this type of man if we have no respect for a man? Well, how is it possible? So I wanted to ask y'all, because y'all, I know it's got to be difficult because every time you look at that child, that boy child, and he's doing man things because that's all he got. That's all he got is that man quality. He got that man thing that he was given, and it was given to them way back before. In the beginning, it was given to him. That's all he got. That's all he got to operate on is that man thing. And I'm sitting there looking at him, and I just don't like men. What do I do? Do I lash out at him and say, you little N-word, go sit down? Or do I say, you just like your daddy? What do I do? I know it gets difficult because, as much as disrespect that I hear from women now, I can't imagine them just turning off and be like, oh, you so sweet. You're going to be a hero. You're going to be a good husband. You're going to own 5 businesses and you're going to give back to the woman that you're going to be a family man. You're going to be an outstanding daddy and a husband. I just can't see it. I can't see it. So guess what, guys? In my thoughts, that we're continuously creating the thing that we hate the most. And it all starts because we didn't trust the person that went half on us with this baby. So I'm asking y'all, is it possible if a woman has no respect for men, is raising a boy child difficult? I really want to know. I really want to know for sure. Because listen, guys, y'all know I'm all about having conversation. I'm not about disrespect. I'm all about having conversation. I want some woman or several, or even some man or anybody experiencing anything like this. I want to know, because guess what? Let's give the young men a chance to be good men. Let's just give them a chance. Let's sprinkle them with grace. Dorian, how are you? It's good to see you. Let's sprinkle these men with grace. They done messed up. Now listen, if he ain't no good, let him be no good by himself. But I'm still women, ladies. I'm asking you yourself to protect yourself. Protect yourself. Preserve your own box. Don't give it away. Don't give it away. Don't give it away at all. Now, listen, I realize there are so many things that women and men have gone through as children. I already know. And I think that any person that takes advantage of a child, girl child, boy child, should be locked up. Now, I do know back in my day and before me, it all was a secret. Nobody wanted to tell how Uncle and them was touching the children and taking advantage, just messing up the heads of these little kids. I know that's trauma, y'all. If this happened to you and you are living through it, if it was your daddy, your uncle, your older brother, whoever it was, or let's turn it around. If it was your daddy, the aunt, your babysitter, whoever it was to the little boy, whoever, I need y'all to get some help. We're not negating it. We're not making it okay. It's not okay. It's not okay at all for someone to take advantage of a child. It's not. It's not. It's straight trauma. It is. Trauma it is. Get the child some counseling. It wasn't fair for mama, grandma, daddy, or whomever to ignore that it happened. It wasn't fair. It was wrong, y'all. This is plain out wrong. But guess what? If you realize that that has altered your thought process or your mindset in today's time to the point where you hate a gender because it happened, you need some help. Because that person, these people that you're hating now, those are not the people that violated you. They're not. So that brings me to, I know someone's going to say this. What is respect? Because women now are disrespecting men left and right. Now, I'm not saying men are not disrespecting women, because they do too. They do. But I'm asking this question to the women because they are the ones on lots of occasions that are left having to raise the boy children. Now, see, disrespect for me is even when they're going to keep it real simple. Because I know people are going to be like, well, disrespect is when a person can't even have a difference in opinion from you and you allow them to have it. You know, we having a conversation. We might even be on these panels and I'd be like, no, the sky is blue. And you say, no, the sky is green. And I said, no, it's blue. And then you just all over me because I said it was blue. That's disrespect. Talking over a man is disrespect. Calling him what's that? BAN. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Cussing him out. Y'all know. All that is disrespect. Being aggressive towards them, acting like you can fight them, all that is disrespect. If a woman can't have any amount of respect on a panel, any amount. Now, I do know these men be coming at y'all. I get it. We got to learn to duck out. We got to learn to duck out way before it gets to calling them out his name, like the B word. We got to really learn to run away. It can't get that bad, y'all. We got to say, oh, he just went there. I got to go. Because I'm not saying it don't happen. I've heard men disrespect women also. Believe me, I have. But instead of staying there and fighting that battle, which it seems like we want to do, let's run away and don't go back. So I'm dealing with that, though. I'm saying, where is no respect for a man? None. Is it hard raising a boy child, or is a boy child difficult to raise? I need to know. I need y'all to help me with that, because I can't see how we can turn it on and off. Because I'm telling you, I've seen some stuff, y'all, and the women are just out of control. The women have been out of control. And I was like, dang, I bet it's hard having a boy child. Quite difficult. Bethany says, yeah, but my daddy taught me how to fight. Bethany, you ain't fighting, are you? Bethany, see, this is a wrong message, Bethany. And I'm all into something that may have nothing to do with me. So I'm just kidding with you. Dre says, us guys here are top shelf. Yes, 5-star. You definitely are. And so we don't Dre, you're right. So we don't have a lot of this here. Mr. Boss ain't gonna let it go on. He's not gonna let you men tear down a woman and one man tear down a man. We're not gonna have it. It's not gonna happen over here. But there are places where they're able to do so. And that's actually the energy of the whole platform, is to tear each other down. But I'm still asking, because if you have no respect for a man, because listen, I'm no respect. How do you raise a boy child? Is it difficult to do so? Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to get out of this slump that we're in, where these men have no value. And we're trying to create environments where they can thrive and become valuable, become those welders, become those plumbers, become those husbands, even become during second Black president, Obama, whoever they want to be. But just note that they have a support system, people who love them, and they have that balanced foundation where they can grow in, a mama and a daddy. I would prefer a husband and a wife, but I don't know. I would prefer that. But can we actually ask for that at this point? Can we ask for it? Can we ask the men to go back and get this woman and her child and make it right? Can we do that? Can I do that? I can. But how many men are going to actually do it? I don't know. I mean, I would love for that to happen, but I don't know. So my whole idea is this. I want to share with women, especially the ones that have no respect for men, that men have value. And I've been on that for like 2 or 3 weeks now. Men have value. Men have value that supersedes money, because anything can happen where a man can lose his job. All right. Now, beyond him losing his job, does he respect you as a person? You know, I ain't even gotten to honoring you as a woman. Does he just respect you as a person? Because we're coming into a time, if we haven't gotten there yet, y'all, if y'all don't believe COVID showed you something, there's going to be greater things that happen where women that are uncovered may suffer. And I just don't want that to happen. Those who want to have a better life, a more complete life. I'm not talking about happiness. Again, I'm not talking about happiness. I'm talking about fulfillment and satisfaction. Those of you all that want that, there's a way that it can happen. And it's got to start with us valuing and respecting our men. And men, you too, you have to value and respect women. Because we belong together, we need each other. And this is true. And again, we're raising kids. But when you have women saying that they don't even want or even trust that their child can go visit or or live with their dads because they don't trust them, that is a big thing. That's a huge thing. So we have to make better choices, women, and better choices on who we're going to give our bodies to. We have to, because you're taking away the whole aspect of logic, masculinity. You're taking all this away from this child. So you're taking it all away. From the beginning, you're taking it away because you say you're not even fit to be in his life. So where does he get this from? God gave it to him initially, but these things we have to feed into him. Your child needs to grow. It's a growing thing. He's a baby. He's a boy. He's a male. He's a man. He's a male coming in, boy, man. Come on. We have to give him an opportunity to be the things that we say we want. If we can't do that, can we not respect men enough to create better men? Can we not? I mean, do we really have to call them bad names and say they ain't worth nothing? And there's good and evil everywhere, y'all. It ain't just black men. It's all men. It's all women. It's all everybody. Everybody has the potential to be evil. So, ladies, I'm asking you all, if you have no respect for a man, is raising your black child, your black boy child, is it hard? Is it difficult? So I'm gonna drop the link because I want to hear from you all. Because I'm a solution over here. Y'all already know that. I'm also marriage says money, marriage, and media says stop having sex with people you can't see yourself getting married to. You know what? I don't even think marriage is on the radar anymore. But I don't know what is. Because if I can easily say I don't trust you after you're pregnant and after the baby gets here, what was I thinking about just 9 months earlier? Or what would make me trust you? You know, I'm beginning to think what would make me trust you was that the way you moved, the way you responded to me being pregnant. Since you didn't respond the way that I thought you should, I no longer trusted you. I no longer trust you, excuse me. But we never had a relationship prior. And media, they're not building. There's no building. This is not a building thing that's going on. We're just doing something. But I'm saying slow down. Let's think of it backwards, because now the child is here. He's a male child. We want him to be different than what we see as being negative or that we have to hate. We want him to be different. So what do I need to do to make sure, to ensure that he's different? Because he could be the next Obama. Or why can't he work on be in the White House somewhere? He ain't got to be Obama. He could be anywhere. Why he can't be a welder? Why he can't have a good job at the city where he works 30 years and retires and have 401k, retirement plan, and we just live off of that, but he's still a good man. What's wrong with that? But if I can't give him the balance that he needs, the logical that men bring, the masculinity that men have, why, if I can't ensure that he can get that, then what am I doing? I'm creating the same thing that I just said I don't trust. So I'm gonna drop the link, and I want y'all to cam up, men and women, and I want to have this conversation because we need some solutions. And although a lot of women don't respect men, and sometimes it sounds hate. It sounds like hate. We don't really care about that. We're still going to put the message out there to what needs to be done. And maybe when they settle down or grow up, then they'll be able to hear what we're saying. Unfortunately, The boys are usually emasculated by their overbearing mothers, and thus leads to emotional resentment and low educational attainment to continue the generational dysfunction. You're exactly right, but we're looking for answers. We're looking for answers for that. Byro Hammer, we're looking for that. We're looking for answers, but thank you so much for that. You're exactly right. So we're creating what we say we hate. But guess what? We putting our foot on the pedal and going faster. We're not trying to correct nothing. We're just acting out. We're not seeing what we're doing. There's nothing that is saying stop. But see, I'm saying stop now. I'm saying stop. We company owners from now on. Exactly. I'm saying stop. Let's stop, ladies. Let's stop, men. Let's start creating. So in other words, look, I haven't talked about the men, but men who disrespect, I have no respect for the women that you have given a child to, and you just walked away. Go back. Go back, because that's your child, especially if it's a boy child. If it's a male child, go back. Go back and get your child. Go back and fight for a relationship for your child. I hate to say prove to this woman that you're trustworthy, because that's not what you have to do. But you got to prove to your child that you're his dad and that you can be the example for what he needs to be. And guess what? These women I was listening to today, they basically own the kids. I ain't giving him my child. My child? Who would do that? Mine? And I thought to myself, wow, these ladies need a shocking reality check. Now, the only thing though, the problem is I haven't found men I'm not saying that out there, so y'all listen to me. I'm sure that there are men out there to fight that battle, but it ain't enough. But these women need shocking reality checks. They need some men to take them into that courtroom and take them babies from them before they realize those children are not theirs. It's not your property. You didn't do this alone. I hate to say it, ladies, but we gotta get those chips off our shoulders. We gotta humble down and realize we didn't make a baby by ourselves. It's not all about us. It's not all about us. It's about these children, especially these men children. When you say you hate or you disrespect men, it's definitely about the men children. So I'm just trying to tell y'all that we need to have a solution for this. So I'm putting the link in the chat. It's already there. So anybody that wants to come up and talk about this, I would love to go a little deeper and just see if we can come up with a solution to what needs to happen. But this is what needs to be talked about. Not all that raging out about that crazy stuff that they be on these panels. Sometimes we just rage out about body count. We rage out about just simple stuff, y'all. Even if the body count high, you're still sleeping with them. So why are we still talking about that? We need to be talking about the children that we're destroying for the next generation. Why are we still talking about a body count? You're going to sleep with them anyway. You're not marrying them, so it ain't got nothing to do with the body count. You wouldn't marry them before. So I need y'all to marry these women that y'all decide to sleep with. Marry them, and before you birth a child that you don't want, make sure it's somebody you want to spend your life with. Because we got to turn this around. Because we are just creating kids, men and girls, but I'm going with the men because I expect more from the men because y'all are leaders. I want some leaders to come out of this situation, whether it's a single mom or not. I want leaders to be birthed, men, leaders to be birthed out of this situation. I want men to become head of household. I want them to be head of household. I want them to be wives. Remember, I said this, and this is who I am. The nuclear family is the answer. Now, if I can have a woman come up to me and be like, I don't care nothing about this. I don't care nothing about no nuclear family and what this and all this. And I'm like, okay, and whatever happens, happens. I'm good with that. I'm not going to. If they are interested in being a wife, I would love to share on how to be that way and how we can turn this situation around where they don't have to hate men. Because it's crazy, y'all. I hear it. They devalue men. It's all about money. They go as far. It's one thing to just be quiet and not have a high respect or high regard for a man because of some things you've been through in your life. But it's another thing to disrespect them verbally, to call him, to cuss him out, call him out his name. It's the same for women. I don't take kindly to men disrespecting women either. Not at all, actually. I wish they didn't do that. But I want to show y'all a video and just listen to the message that is out there. And again, we're looking for solutions. So take a look at this video.
Ladies, stay single. It ain't shit out here. I promise you it ain't. Don't let these married women tell you that, oh, marriage is all of that and all of this. They sitting up in their marriages fucking miserable. They being cheated on, and they not going to tell nobody because they don't want to look stupid. So they cling on to their cheating ass, lying ass husbands, and they talk down on single women who are happy and free. These pick-me-ass women will not let go of their cheating dog-ass husbands, knowing their husbands is in the DMs trying to talk to single women. And by the way, for the women who aren't pick-me's, they're the ones filing for divorce. That's why the divorce rate is 70-80% right now, because women are sick of fucking men. These men today do not want to go to therapy. And if they do, it's only temporarily, and they will manipulate you and the therapist in the session. Get rid of him.
So she just gave an example of a married woman being miserable. But I'm a married woman, and I come to you all weekly, and I tell you a little bit more about myself and my marriage. And judging by the woman y'all just saw with the bonnet on her head, the glasses, her tone, her negativity, she definitely related more to being miserable than I have ever related to being miserable. So y'all can believe what you want. Get a hold of her, because she wants everybody to go down with her. She wants every woman to be single with her. Did y'all not hear that? Why wouldn't you let a woman just live a life and just tell her, if you're married and y'all need counseling, go. She don't know if she said he gonna trick you and the therapist. She's a hurt woman, and she's putting it out there, and she wants everybody, every single woman, to be hurt with her. Hey, chaotic. She wants every woman to be single along with her. And she's telling you this out of misery. And she's telling you that married women, they're miserable. They sit on here and they tell you this and they tell you that, but they're actually miserable. No, we're not. Bethany and I share stories. We used to. It's so many. Listen, let me give a shout out. This is an excellent time. Let me give a shout out to Mr. and Miss Smith. They came into my comment section about a week ago. They're in Virginia Beach, Virginia. They've been married 30 years. Very happy. And may I add, it was him, not her. It was him that commented. So his wife somewhere in the background being taken care of. It was I get it always wrong. XCDC. He's 32 years married. And guess why? Because his wife told him so. He's a good man. He said it to us last week. I got so many good examples. I just can't. Misery. This is it. And this is what's here, y'all. This is what women are listening to. This is why I'm telling you guys to get off of social media if you want to be married. Remember, y'all heard that here. If you want to be married, ladies, I need y'all to get off of social media. The influence that the influence is so great. It can have you thinking and looking crazy at your man that you know is good. It could make you question everything that you think. Even if he comes home an hour late, you sitting there wondering. Even if y'all get in an argument, you would sit there thinking, that woman said this. Even if he says, you say, baby, can we go to counseling? He's like, I don't want to go to counseling now. Oh, he don't want to go to counseling. He's a narcissist. I'm telling you guys, we have to become independent in our thought process and don't allow the influences on social media to influence you to think negatively about men or men. It's there, or about marriage. This woman just told you don't do it. She'd rather y'all all be single. Now, guess what? She told y'all all to be single, but she didn't tell you what to do once you got single. She didn't tell you how hard it was going to be to do all things on your own. She didn't tell you how hard it was going to be when you're lonely in the middle of the night and you ain't got no help. Or when your car breaks down on the highway, you can't change your tire, you ain't got nobody to call. She didn't tell you how you needed to respond being uncovered. She didn't tell you nothing about that. She just told you to be single so y'all can get on here and tell these miserable stories. That's what she did. So y'all can just be of like minds. I want to. You single, me too. I got dog, and you got dog too. Yeah. So we single now. Now what? Now she never told y'all that she probably single because she wore that bag on her head most of the time. and did nothing for her husband. Because she also said, to see that therapy thing she threw in there, that was her. Her husband quit therapy because he didn't see any change in her. And she definitely didn't have my book, Power of a Praying Wife. She didn't do the things that she needed to do. That's why she's on there now trying to get every single woman to come on board with her. And so many of them are coming. And I'm trying to get y'all to understand it's not like that. Marriage is what you make it. You got to put something into it. I keep telling you all, you cannot put your marriage on the shelf and think it's going to perform. It's not that, what's that secrets, that shelf stuff, the little elf on the shelf that you do with your kids during Christmas. It's not like that. Your marriage is not like that. You got to be intimate with your husbands. You got to be intimate with your wives. SB, now you know that's sexist and misogynistic to ask a woman if she needs help. Well, listen, it's getting to be that way, isn't it? Yeah, because they're trying to play equal. No, we're not equal. See, that's what, see, they messing it up for me. Because if I'm on the side of the road, I need y'all to stop y'all car and be like, ma'am, can I help you? Or if I need y'all to lift one of them heavy water things, water containers, y'all know what I'm talking about. When we in Sam's, I need y'all help. I need y'all lifted. I need y'all to know that I'm a good one. I don't need y'all to be like, I ain't helping her with nothing. She black. Y'all know, y'all. I don't want it. I've been seeing it. I don't want y'all doing that to me. I need help. Don't second guess yourself. Come on over here and help me with this water thing and put it in the bucket because it's heavy. Y'all know it's heavy. I'll tell y'all all the time I don't want to do no heavy lifting. This woman right here, this single woman, she don't mind doing heavy lifting. No, she'll get a group of her girlfriends to come over and they'll lift it. But guess what? She don't want no man no more. And she wants all y'all to be in the same situation. Knowing full well, if there was a man in her life that treated her well, that satisfied her, that fulfilled her, she would be happy as a lark. But since she can't make that happen, she can't achieve that for whatever reason, she failed at it, then it's no good for nobody else and nobody else could have it. Nobody else should have it. This is terrible. This is terrible. But this is what I'm talking about. This goes back to the single woman raising the boy child. Is it difficult? Did you see how she talked? She said, these men are trash. They're effing trash. Ain't nothing out there. We got single women raising 15-year-old boys that are getting ready to be out there. How do we approach them? How do we make them good? How do we make sure they're whole? What do we do? Dre says she bitter and hurt. Dre, she way more than that. She bitter, hurt probably more than one time, and she doesn't realize how her thoughts are creating her reality. You know what, Dre, I'm going to say that again because I don't think most people realize how their thoughts create their reality. She's bitter and hurting probably more than one time, and she doesn't realize how her thoughts are creating her reality. You are so right. Thank you so much for your $5 super chat. And I love what you bring to the platform in the comment section. One day, I hope you get to cam up and we get to talk a little bit more. But my girl here, Sugar Bum. I hear that sometimes you hang out with miserable women, miserable single women. Does that affect you in any way negatively? Sugar Bum, I need to know. Does hanging out with miserable single women, does that affect you miserably? Oh, so you saying saying congratulations on your engagement to JoJo. JoJo, did you hear Sugar Bum saying that? But Sugar Bum, answer my question if you hear me. Oh, Sugar Bum, I saw Sugar Bum right here. What's wrong? Sugar Bum, wait a minute. Sugar Bum, congratulations on your engagement. Y'all know listen, I'm glad Mr. Boss is here because wait a minute. Sugar Bum, you engaged to who? Sugar Bum, are you engaged to be married? JoJo, don't be spreading no rumors. JoJo, don't you do that. No, she wouldn't. She would destroy him. Stop it, Clement. Sugar Bum, forget that question I asked you and let's get to the business of your engagement. Is JoJo picking at you or are you seriously engaged to be married? Sugar Bum, if you're engaged to be married, can I come to the wedding? Look, wedding in Hawaii. JoJo, leave her alone because you just pissed. Sugar Bum, forget JoJo right now. He's just messing with you. They just picking at you. Y'all stop it. Don't be picking at my left hand over here. Sugar Bum, back to you. Sugar Bum, help me out. Ignore them. I know you said the other day that you wanted to wait till you got 35. Married people are the least happiest in America. Sugar Bum, Sugar Bum, do you really believe that? So tell me, Sugar Bum, how do you really think that they went to different married people and they said, "Are you happy?" And they said, "No," and then they recorded it. Is that really what you think, Sugar Bum? Sugar Bum, do you really think that happened? If you think that happened, I'm gonna have to take my. I don't know what I'm doing. Sugar Bum, stop it. That's not real. It's not real. Because guess what? I happen to know single women are the worst, are the most miserable people in this world right now. Single women, and I'm not giving a race. Single women are the most. Did you see that video a minute ago, Sugar Bum? I'm telling you why, because I don't think too many married women, they get on there complaining about how their husband don't wash the dishes and don't vacuum the floor. They do that. But they got, look, the door's open. They can leave, and a lot of them ain't going nowhere. So you say because it's 50% divorce, well, you know what? I'm not gonna get back and forth with that, because that doesn't mean anything to me. People divorce people for a whole lot of different reasons, I don't agree with it. I think marriage is for life. So partially of that, I'm not agreeing with. So some of that I could say you're right about. But when we talk about miserable, single women got it. Hands down. Hands down. Let me show this video. I don't think you saw it. Let's see this video again.
Ladies, stay single. It ain't shit out here. I promise you it ain't. Don't let these married women tell you that, oh, marriage is all of that and all of this. They sitting up in their marriages fucking miserable. They being cheated on, and they not going to tell nobody because they don't want to look stupid. So they cling on to their cheating ass, lying ass husbands, and they talk down on single women who are happy and free. These pick-me ass women will not let go of their cheating dog ass husbands, knowing their husbands is in the DMs trying to talk to single women. And by the way, for the women who aren't pick-me's, they're the ones filing for divorce. That's why the divorce rate is 70-80% right now, because women are sick of fucking men. These men today do not want to go to therapy. And if they do, it's only temporarily, and they will manipulate you and the therapist in the session. Get rid of him.
So Sugar Bum, I heard straight misery. Would you agree? But I hear what you're saying. You're saying women that are single without kids they may have a good life. They may be okay for a time. I agree with you on that. Because I ain't been married all my life. So you're right. It was fun being single until I wasn't. But I wouldn't want to be 40, 30, 50. I wouldn't want to be old, older like that and be single. But, being single has a time. I agree with you. Sugar Bum, you winning. When guys cash app you, ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, I didn't mean to get into that. That had nothing to do with me. Sugar Bum, a single woman is winning for a time, but then there comes a time when it's time for her to decide whether she wants to be a wife and be married and all of that before she gets to be like that woman on that video. The lady on the video seems to be in straight misery. And then she wants you to leave your husband. She wants the married women to leave their husband because they know their husbands on Instagram DMing these women. That's the craziest thing I ever heard. She wants you to leave your man. What? Hey, Cora, how are you? Black men are great. There you go, Cora. They deserve our respect. Even I'm just kidding. Even if they are gang banging in the hood. Guess what, Cora? Though the ones gang banging need to go to jail. But we need to check and see what kind of mama and daddy raised them. That's what we're talking about, Cora. You just getting here. Remember let me tell you the title of the show, just in case you didn't see it. If you have no respect for men, is raising a boy child difficult? That is exactly what we're talking about. How can you get a good product out of bad foundation? How can we produce a good product at the foundation is bad? This is what we're talking about. So I'm glad you said that, because that's where we are. That's where we are. So I am so glad that you said that. No, the young boys that are gang banging probably doesn't have that foundation from a husband and a mother in the same home. And that's what we're trying to fix. We're trying to figure out, moms, if you have no respect for the dads, how do we change that gang banger and make him a welder, a young man that works for the city, a doctor, or give him life and to be whatever he wants to be? Why does he have to choose being a gang banger? So I get with you. I'm with you. I'm with you on that, Cora. Did I do that right, Cora? I got you, girl. I'm there. I don't like gangbangers either. I don't want them living nowhere near me. None. I want them going to jail. Actually, if they too young, I want the mama to go to jail and the daddy.
Dearly beloved,
Tell you the truth about it. They don't need to make me put me in no presidency, because I'm trying to tell you the rules would be terrible. Because when a child is too young, under 15, mom and daddy doing the time. I'm talking about making a difference. Somebody gonna realize that you bore this child, you're gonna be responsible for him either way. Whether daddy's in the house or whatever the situation, whoever absent, I'm going to get him. Because this is your child, and he's just running around out here in a gang. Daddy, you don't know that's your child? Yeah, why you didn't go take care of him? Okay, you going to prison or wherever he needing to go. And the mama, you didn't know what was going on either. Okay, you going too. It's a way we're gonna fix this. This can't be fixed, because eventually, when mama and daddy realize they gotta take responsibility for what the little gangbanger doing, they'll stop having kids the way that they're having them. That's what I'm talking about. Corey, you was good. Thank you for that, Corey. I couldn't think of gangbangers because I don't live like, so I don't think about that, but I'm glad you brought that to me. That's what I'm talking about, though. How do we turn the gangbanger into the scholar? Or again, he ain't got to be that. The family man, the husband, the person with the morals. How do we do that? So who then raises the child? Look, what you mean, the gangbanger, or just period? I want mama and daddy to raise them. But if mama is not allowing daddy to be in child's life because she don't trust him, and he becomes a gangbanger, mama and daddy both go to prison for whatever he did, or wherever they got to go. They might can go to jail for temporary reasons. I don't know. But it's time out for these boy children or any child to be left out there with no foundation and no balance because mama didn't trust the man that she gave herself to. See, I want mama to trust the man that she slept with enough to take care of his son. I want her to embrace him and say, look, me and you got a baby. You ain't got to want me, but I need my son to have that logic that you bring, that masculinity that you bring. I need my child, that readiness. I'm going to get this done. That problem solving that you bring as a man. I need my child, my boy child, to have it. Please give it to him. That's what the woman needs to do. She needs to pass that torch over to that man to make sure he gets that piece. That boy child gets that piece of masculinity that he can, again, not necessarily be a gangbanger, but be the man that works for the city, the welder, the entrepreneur, whatever he wants to be. Whatever he wants to be. That's what I want to see. That's where we need to be. That's what we need to be doing. So who raises the child? They both need to raise the child. But there's no consequences for people these days. Y'all say it is. Y'all think child support is a consequence. It ain't. Excuse me. Child support is a consequence. There's no accountability. Thank y'all. Forgive me for that. Child support is a consequence. There's no accountability in it. I need accountability in child support. See, what accountability do is make you reflect on what you did. And you be like, I ain't doing that no more. I'm going to fix this. That's what accountability do. It's like, I'm not doing this no more. It makes you become an adult about the way you think about things. I'm an adult now, so I got to fix this because I done something. And now I need to fix it. All child support do is make you angry. So you did this, and your consequences for doing this is you got to give me $50 a week. It ain't telling you nothing about being a dad. It ain't telling you nothing about being a mom. It's just taking your $50 and giving it over to whoever the custodial parent is. And then now you got $200 at the end of the month, and this is supposed to suffice for all the mental and whatever this child needs. So then we continue to create gangbangers, and then we send them to chorus class, and chorus supposed to take care of them. Corey, you gonna take care of the gangbangers? Watch what happens when they jump up in your face and smack you, because that's what they're doing now. And then if you choke them, y'all already seen the teacher on the news. She choked one. And then people talking about she should be brought up on charges, and she probably is by now. Clement says, SB, if a woman believes in the father in that way for their child, wait a minute. SB, if a woman believes in the father in that way for their child, why does she not want to be with the father as a family? It could be that's not an option. That man might not want her. He might not want her as a wife. I don't know. I don't know the whole situation, but I'm saying once the child gets here, we need to respond as adults to what that child needs. I'm all about a support system. I'm not here just to leave kids alone. I might not have it all together, but what about grandma? What about mama? What about aunt, uncle? Whatever. They need to know what's going on the other side. It shouldn't be mama's possession. It shouldn't be just my child and I don't trust whatever is going on the father's side. That's not right, y'all. That's not how it's supposed to be. We have to humble ourselves and be like, look, I made this child with this man. Oh, I made a mistake, but I'm going to have to watch it. I'm going to have to watch it play itself out. It may not be so bad, because how can it be so bad? He attracted you, or you were attracted to him at some point in time. So something he did was good enough for you. Now the baby here, you all grown, your darn everything done changed. You're emotionally grown up, you're mentally grown up, and he's no longer good enough. He ain't even getting your attention no more. He's trifling. And only 9 months went by. Sugar, I'm not, Jojo, leave Sugar Bum alone. Sugar Bum, I need your help. I need to know why. Can you pay attention to what's going on over here, Sugar Bum? I need you not in the comment section, but in the comment section right now. Pay attention to what I'm saying. I need your help. I need an answer to, is it difficult? And I don't know if you have any kids, and I don't even know if you're single, but do you think, some of your girlfriends have told you that it's difficult raising a boy child when the father's not there, or they hate men? Have you gotten any feedback from them? Because we got to turn this around. Because like Cora said, we're sending our children to school with the gangbangers. And they stealing their sneakers. Do they still steal sneakers? Do they still do that? Mr. C says, if you don't know how to cohabitate with a good man, you won't be able to raise a boy. Wait a minute. My eyes not. If you don't know how to cohabitate with a good man, you won't be able to raise a boy. Now, see, Mr. C, I don't believe in cohabitation. So, why do we need to live in wrongness forever? I mean, people choose and do what they want to do, but why? See, I'm interested in a successful relationship that is blessed. And for me, the best way to do that is keeping in alignment what I'm supposed to do. When I start creating my own narrative, then that's when I'm beginning to have to fend for myself. And if I'm reading that right, cohabitation is not something that is beneficial for anybody. Now, well, let me take that back. It could be beneficial for some, but the correct thing to do would be to marry. This is my opinion. So if cohabitation works, then I wouldn't settle for that. Ladies, I wouldn't settle for cohabitation from any man. So, hey, unless it's a short-term thing, we got a plan. So let me read Sugar Bum's. Thank you, Sugar Bum. My sister was a single mom, and I seen with my own eyes the struggle. And I know, but Sugar Bum, with that being said, did your sister allow the father of her child to be involved in his life? And while you thinking about that, or typing away, let me read this super chat. Thanks, Dre. He says, thank you for $20 super chat. He said, SB, these women are unstable. A young man 25. I know a young man 25 proposed to a young lady, and she told him she wasn't ready and went off. Then he said it's okay, packed his bag. Then she started crying and said he ain't going nowhere. That's crazy. Okay, you're right. This is crazy. You get the money line for that one. You know that was money line worthy, right? Give me mine. Going up, need no decline. Money line. I'ma run it every time. Give me mine. Going up, need no decline. Yeah. But Dre, I got a question. Sometimes when women say that they're not ready, they don't mean that that's the end of it. Because a lot of times women are in place to wait. We're waiting for the proposal. So when the man decides he's ready, he asks if she wasn't ready for whatever reason. Why did it have to be over? Why was the relationship over? I get what you're saying, though. That would be a little, yeah, she should have said yes anyway, right? I get you. JoJo says, SB, I get what Sugar Bum's saying. She's saying she wants to enjoy herself, meaning she's not ready for a family right now. She want to make sure she's ready and the man she married is ready. I agree, Sugar Bomb. What's wrong with that? I'm there with you. Everybody need to be ready. But note one thing. If you're having sex with them with a condom, it's not 100%. The day after, the morning after, not 100%. Pull out game, a joke. What else is there? You know, you got 32 ways to stop. You got 32 ways, Sugar Bum. So all I'm saying is be careful, preserve yourself, make sure that he's on the same plane as you. Because if you ever decide, or if y'all ever mess up with the sexual whatever, and you get pregnant, make sure that man is the man that he wants to be with you. Because I hate for you to be having fun, get pregnant, and then that man don't feel the same way that you feel, and now you have a baby when you could have been married the whole time, growing in a relationship with your husband instead of just giving yourself away. Now, I could be all off about that. There ain't nothing Sugar Bum said. JoJo put that thought in my head. JoJo, it's your fault if I'm wrong. That's all I got to say. It's not my fault. It's JoJo. Sugar Bum, blame JoJo if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong. But if I'm right, Sugar Bum, preserve yourself. What if that man that you are waiting on, what if he comes and asks you to marry him? What you going to say? You going to say no? I wonder about that. Y'all be going off on men, and some of you really act like you hate men, but you still sleep with them. How does that work? I don't think I could give myself to a man that I hate. I hate men. So it seems like everything about them would be just disgusting to me. Their sweat, their smell, the way they walk, the way they eat, everything, the way they think. I just wouldn't want them anymore. If I hated them, or if I needed to disrespect them on a regular, I just wouldn't want them anymore. Wait a minute. I wanted to read something from, is it Jim? Let me go back up one thing. One more time. The Gemini says, what standard of man and woman relationship are people going by? What standard? I don't think they have a standard. I think they just doing that bust down thing and hoping for the best. But I'm telling women that doesn't work for us. But see, that's why we got so many people or women that are suffering from trauma. That's why we have women that are hating men, disrespecting them, because they participated in these bust down relationships and they lost. And I'm going to tell you what a loss look like. And y'all going to get mad at me, but a loss looks like a kid out of wedlock. I'm sorry. I experienced the same thing myself. That's a loss, because a child deserves more than that. And I'm telling you, they deserve more than that. So if you get caught up and you miss it, okay, you missed it. It's okay. You messed up. It happens. Let's just, if you need to go get some help, get some counseling, get back on track, but don't do it again. Stop participating now, because guess what? It didn't take me long to figure out what a bust down relationship can give you. Even though there was lies attached to it, I want to marry you, this and this, it turned out to be what it was. But guess what? You don't live in this though. You don't live in that particular situation. You correct that problem. You take accountability for it. I had a bust down. I had a child. I don't like this. I'm a wife. I'm going to be a successful woman. I'm going to be all of this. And this path I'm on right now is not going to get me there. So back it up. Let's do this again. You do it again. So that's how it works. And that's what we need our women to know, because I'm going to tell y'all, any man out there busting it down, he'll do anything. Any man that's not caring about his jewels and where he's laying and what he's producing and children, he'll do anything. He'll do anything. Any man that will do that will do anything. So ladies, you can't put your life in that situation, in the hands of a person that has not promised you anything. At least if a man asks you to marry him, he will probably do right by your children that you may or may not have. I would love for you to preserve yourself. I know you ain't none of y'all virgins. I would love for that to be the case, but I understand. I understand, but we got to get smart. We have to get smart about this. We can't continue to subject ourselves to reckless, random sex and then think it's going to be good outcomes. That's all I'm saying. Now, Sugar Bum says women lose themselves becoming wives and mothers. I know you might not think so, but I've seen it with my own eyes. No, Sugar Bum, I actually agree with you, but it's incorrect what you're saying. They don't lose themselves. It's actually a new self has been created. And that's the part that women don't know about. So I'm kind of glad you said that because I maybe need to touch on it. See, the fact that the part that women are missing, and again, I didn't know it from the beginning either. I kind of fought with it too because I didn't understand. But like I've said so many times before, in marriage, when you say I do, your purpose now becomes the man, your husband, the marriage. That is now your purpose. So who you are now is combined solely with that man first. So you don't lose yourself. It's totally a different person. See, if you can embrace that, then that can be you. And you can make that thing work for you and you can win in that. But so often what we do as women, and I did it too, I promise you, I went in, I loved my man. I was married to him, was going to be good to him, all of that, knew all the externals about being a wife, knew all of that, cook, clean, was going to keep a good house, did all of those things. And then somebody told me, because I even asked, well, what is my role? They was like, to be a wife. I resisted it. I didn't resist it. I was like, that's all God got for me is to be a wife. It's like, yeah. It wasn't enough for me. I wanted to be the career woman. I get it. But guess what? Even in being that, I needed to be a wife first. So Sugar Bomb, you're partially right. And when you say those people lose themselves, they shouldn't be losing themselves. They should be finding themselves as being the helpmate that they said that they wanted to be when they said, I do. It's a totally different person. So guess what? When you get married, you don't take that single person into that marriage. So you're supposed to lose some of that junk anyway, if you want to call it that. But I just says you become a new person. So what are you holding on with yourself? I want to know. I would love to know what are women, when you say they lose themselves, what are they holding on to? What are you, what is it that you holding on to? What you want to bring? What you want to bring into the marriage? Because I feel like I became anew and I love being a wife. Is my husband perfect? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Is my marriage perfect? Absolutely not. I've been through a lot of stuff. I shared a lot of it with you all. A lot of it. Got a lot more to share. I tell my stories. Y'all know I do. So it's just funny. It's funny, Sugar Bomb. I just think we don't know how to think. We don't know how to be. We enter into a relationship, which is a marriage, and we think it's going to be one way, a fairy tale, and then it ends up being another way, but could also be a fairy tale. Not a fairy tale. I ain't going to call my marriage a fairy tale, but could also be good. And I think that not enough people are coming back and telling a story about how it can be, how we can get this thing done. That's what I think is happening. Lost in translation say men have to change and grow also. Yeah. I mean, when you come into a marriage, before you marry, you're single. What you want to do? You want to bring that single person into the relationship? You absolutely do want to do that, because I did it and my husband did it. I told y'all, couldn't get the money right, couldn't get none of it right, because guess what? We're not single anymore. So yeah, you're going to lose certain parts of you, but it's just becoming anew. And what's wrong with becoming anew? Embrace it. Shoot, I did. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Look, Sugar Bomb, you're not going to understand this because you're a single woman. You're not going to understand being devoted to a person in a relationship and have him devoted to you. You're not going to understand that right now because you are only seeing what your eyes are able to see. I get it, but keep in mind, I appreciate you. So continue to tell me these things so I can address them, because I really love the fact that you're saying what you're saying, because this is what helps me. So JG says, true, and men, we must be better stewards over ourselves and our seeds. Listen, I gotta say this right now. Did y'all see what's going over here at SB Nation? You see these 5 stars. Sugar Bomb, you hear these men. You see these men taking responsibility for their seed and saying they gotta be better. So this is the men saying this now. Do y'all see that? There's no reason to troll over here. These men know what they want and know what has to happen once they get it. They know. There's no reason to troll here. There's no reason to there's no miserable men or women here. So this is wonderful. I feel honored. This is where you want to be when you want to have solutions, when you want to grow, and when you want to have something to look forward to. And this is where you're supposed to be, y'all. Sugar Bomb, this is where you're supposed to be. I know you're fighting it, but keep fighting it, girl. It's gonna happen real soon because you hearing it. Hey, Hank. Hank, how you doing? It's so good to see you. Sugar Bum, you fighting, but keep coming. Don't let me run you off, Sugar Bum. I just gave you something that you probably didn't know as far as women losing themselves. I just told you what happened. You can challenge that, or you can give me more examples of how they lose themselves, but I just told you something. It is so real. Dre says, Sugar Bum is the husband's job to be about you. Choose wisely. No godly principle, chaotic marriage. These mindsets are disturbing. Oh my God. Don't, Dre, thank you so much for your $5 super chat. They are disturbing. Very much so. Chaotic. What? Sugar Bum, tell me one thing. What is it that a single woman needs to bring into her marriage relationship? What is it that she needs to bring forward when you say they lose themselves? Because I've heard this a lot, and I don't accept it because it makes being married, it makes you anew. It's Security Boss Unlimited. Security Boss Unlimited. I like that. Sugar Bum is resistant to wise words. No, she's not. She just hasn't heard them enough. She's not resistant. Let me tell you something, Barry. Sugar Bum come here every time I'm on, and I appreciate her so much. She says whatever she wants to, and I still appreciate her so much. But she sits here and she listens. She sits and she listens, and she comes back and she says whatever she wants to say, and I appreciate her. So Sugar Bum is in the right place. Now, Sugar Bum, I do see you on other panels going crazy, but guess what? It's okay, because when you come here, you have good questions for me and you listen. So Barry, it's true, but not all the way true. It's true, but not all the way true. So anyway, I appreciate her. I appreciate her. So AP, thank you so much for your $20 super chat. She says, you don't lose yourself. You grow and become anew. Keep speaking on it, SB. I love you. I love you. Say it unafraid and vulnerable. We appreciate you, Uncle SB, for allowing your wife to be vulnerable to us. Thank you so much.
Dearly beloved.
So let me ask y'all a question, but you get the money line first.
Money line, I'ma run it every time. Give me mine, going up, need no decline. Money line, I'ma run it every time. Give me mine, going up, need no decline.
Dearly beloved.
So let me say this, guys. I want to tell y'all this because I am getting ready to go because none of y'all wanted to come up and talk to me. Y'all didn't mind talking to me in this comment section, which I love always anyway. But listen, what me and Mr. Boss do here is we're trying to be an example for people, for married couples, to show y'all it's okay to be with your husband and your wife. Or it's okay for y'all to be together. It's okay to trust a man. It's okay to trust a woman. It's okay to spend your time with them. That's actually how marriage should look. We've been married 27 years. At no time do I feel like my husband is, I need him here. I say this all the time. I'm not the social media person. If it wasn't for him, I couldn't be here. I would have had no desire, y'all, to come to YouTube. What I do automatically. I do in these streets. I do it at the Sam's. I do it when I'm doing an interview for somebody to come in and get a job. I can do it at your birthday party. Let me hear a woman talking crazy or sounding desperate. I'm going in full effect. I'm SB. I'm SB wherever I'm at, y'all. So it doesn't matter whether I'm on YouTube or walking down the street. I'm who I am. So the fact that my husband knows enough and he's so smart about production, cameras, computers, and all of that, the fact that he knows this at our age, this is a blessing. God put this thing together, and this is what he would have me do. So for all those people who don't get it, or they say ridiculous stuff against the team, SB and Mr. Boss, against the team. Yeah, they say things against me and Mr. Boss. And this is our presentation. This is us. I mean, heck, I don't know if you get better than this for an example of how things should be. Now, you ain't got to, nobody has to do what I do, or nobody has to be just like me and Mr. Boss. I'm just telling you that it's okay. You can love your husband. A woman can submit to you. Women, your husband can love you and pour into you and want the most and best for you. It's just real. You have to start with a foundation. You have to have the same principles. Those things can't exist. Sugar Bum says, what? Even I don't do that. Oh God, I don't know what you talk about, Sugar Bum. Oh, talk against us, Sugar Bum. Sugar Bum, Mr. Boss is back here helping me because I don't read between the lines. I'm a straight shooter. So if it ain't coming straight at the right time, I will definitely not get it. Yes, Sugar Bum, they talk against us. They talk against us. But you know, I don't know. Nobody's listening. I mean, I heard things, but it's just amazing. When is it going to just be okay for Black people to be happy? I hate I use that word. When is it going to be okay for Black people to want us to be successful and to succeed in life? Do we have to stay at the bottom? Do we as a community, a culture, whatever you want to call it, do we have to stay at the bottom? Will we not ever be able to elevate ourselves and rise? Is it not possible for us to do that? Is it not possible for us? Can we not just want more? I mean, do we always have to compare ourselves to the people that don't care nothing about us and act like they got it going on? In my life, they ain't got it going on. I got it going on. And I want to share that with other people. I want all people to elevate themselves. I want them to elevate their thinking and know that they can be good and they can have just about anything that they want. But that has to be your concentration. You can't be negative and then think you're going to get positive things out of that. It's going to be negative. Whatever you create is what you're going to get. So, Dre, I saw you up, but you can come back. Oh, is that you? No, that's JG. JG, we're going to bring you up. Dre, come on back up. I saw you, but something happened. I'm not sure what. JG, I got you. How you doing?
Doing good. You're right on point. I met somebody 10 plus years ago, and when I met them, they only had one kid. And I told her, I said, you know, you got one kid, work on yourself, go back to school. She said she wanted a thug. I saw her maybe 2-3 years ago. She has 4 kids extra. None of the guys want to be around to be a father.
What you mean 4 kids extra? You mean she got 5? Oh my God.
She did not. And she said, I wish I had listened to you when you met me. I'm like, I wish you did too.
Do you know how hard that lady's life is? How much she struggles.
The trauma.
My heart goes out to her. You know what? The ratio ain't even good. No way one person can take care of 5. No job even puts that type of responsibility on an individual and expect it to be good results.
Right.
So for now, she's going to have to spend her 20s and 30s, probably early 40s, grooming kids. And then probably thereafter, they may be at an age when her baby gets 18, where she can then maybe experience the love from a man. Maybe.
And her daughter was already experiencing things in the streets.
Oh, no.
Already.
How old is she?
Her daughter?
Yes.
Probably about a good 11, 12.
And listen, I don't know if you're still seeing this woman, but suggest to her to go find those fathers and make them, if you can, have relationships with those kids.
She tried. She tried. But she got what she wanted. But she didn't realize what she was asking for.
You talking about the thug? Wow.
She was thinking long term, not long term.
So wow. So listen, send her my prayers and tell her it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better, but she got to go through it. These are the consequences of your decisions, and ain't nothing we can do about it. I could suggest a couple things, but if she's already tried it, now she just needs a peace of mind and hope she has a support system, as in mom, grandma, or whomever. But if not, see, this is where the gangbangers come in at. These are where the kids, the dysfunction in the kids. This is where the cycle is going to repeat. The 11 and 12-year-old girl you say is already experiencing things. It's going to repeat itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Well, pray for her and tell her, look, we wish her the best. Yeah. I hope at this point her mindset is correct. What do you think?
She's still trying to live that fast life.
Okay, well, ain't nothing you can do about that. Ain't nothing you can do. I thought you was going to say, yeah, she's fine, because of the fact you said she acknowledged that what you said was true. I thought maybe then her mindset was altering or changing to want more for her life and see, and recognizing that she made bad choices. but you're saying she still want the fast life at 5 kids. She still want the fast life.
It's really bad out here where you meet people that they've been through the traumatic situations and they still want traumatic. They still want toxic.
No, see what that is, JG, is she just want to feel good. Once you get in so much trauma, you have so much hurt and brokenness, you just want to feel good. And we all know that having sex makes you feel good. And for that moment where that person is caring for you and hugging you and loving on you, it makes you feel good. And that's what she's chasing. That's what she's chasing. So that's what it is. So she hasn't dealt with the trauma at all. So, wow. Thank you so much for that story.
Yeah.
Tell her to come visit SB sometime. It ain't going to be easy, but guess what? Somebody needs to start saying something.
Right.
Wow. Thanks, JG.
Thank you.
All right. Dre.
Hello, SB.
It's so good to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you, ma'am. Very nice.
Listen, I love what you add to the show. So keep it up. Keep it up.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love it. So what you think about all this?
Well, you know, what I've been noticing lately with a lot of women is everybody have their defenses up. You know, nobody wants to be hurt. So to keep from allowing themselves to get hurt, they put up a wall and they let you in only so far. So that's why they push away you getting too close or going into marriage, because they're going to cost them something they're not really to give.
Right.
So I've noticed that a lot. I've seen it when I was dating. I asked him, I said, why are you being so defensive? He said, I'm just scared of getting hurt again. Yep. So fear is a lot of times we're bogged down anybody from trying to move forward and become the woman that they know they can be. But fear is it's such a stronghold in their minds. And the last guy probably hurt them. And it's a lot. And with the last situation about the young man, they talked about getting married. They had a discussion about it. Me and him had this conversation. They talked about it, and I told him, it ain't every day that a good man is proposing to you.
Nope.
And then what ended up happening, they lose this guy, go get with another guy. He hurt them. And then they end up like the young lady on the video, talking about all men ain't nothing, stay away from marriage. And then they're misleading other women. It's just a whole mess. But these mindsets are just, I mean, it's disturbing to me, and it's heartbreaking. Very
much heartbreaking. That's why I'm over here doing what I do, and I'm not going to stop. You know, because people come against, like I said earlier, people come against me and Mr. Boss, and I found it surprising. I'm like, what? Why? I mean, if marriage is not what you want, then I could understand you being here or not even tuning in. But don't tune in and try to tear apart what I'm doing. That makes no sense. Just go somewhere.
Amen.
But it's difficult. It's just like anything that is right is wrong, and anything wrong is right. So
yes. And in response to Sugar Bomb, I think Sugar Bomb just scared. And she gonna mess around and miss a good man because she's just too afraid to open herself up. And the guy she finally opened herself up to is gonna be the exact guy she be talking about on this show all the time. People don't realize the power of their words and their thoughts, but she gonna find out.
I don't think so. I think she's gonna find that man at the right time, because we still have to work on her mindset. Right now, she wouldn't be good for a man right now because she got too much of this talking points or these negative talking points in her head, and it's not gonna come out right. You know, you don't want to run a good man off. You want a good man. You want to be able to recognize he's good when he's good. But she gonna get she gonna get it. I think she's gonna get it. I'm not.
I hope so.
She said,
I want the best.
Men be bitter though. Be I agree. There's a lot of bitter men in the world. Sugar Bomb. Listen, Sugar Bomb, don't worry about it. Keep coming every time you see me come, and we're gonna continue to plant those little thoughts.
Sugar Bomb funny, man. She funny.
Yes, she is. I like Sugar Bomb, so I'm good. I find exactly what she needs. I'm not worried about it. It's gonna be in time. You know, it's gonna be in time. So we ain't gonna rush a Sugar Bomb. You're gonna be good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But Dre, listen, do you have a solution to this problem? Or what do you think? Because you mentioned that you were definitely in front and center with the young man asking the young lady to marry him, and she said no and then cried when he tried to walk out. But let's take it a little deeper. If you know women that really disrespect men, and it almost sounds like hate. And what do you think about them raising boy children? Do you think it's difficult for them, or do you think, how do you think that looks?
It's going to be very difficult, you know, because even with my daughter, she has my grandson. He's 2, and I see how he acts. You know, now she's training him right, but without a presence of a man in a boy's life, you can do it, but it's so much stress on you to do it because you still got to go to work, then you got to come home and do all this other stuff. It's pressure, and when a man's presence not in a boy's life, man, that is extremely difficult because a woman can't teach a boy how to be a man. That's impossible. You know,
Right.
he needs both sides. He needs the soft side of her, but he needs the masculine side of the man. And if the man is not present, then all he gonna get is a soft side. And i.e., you see a lot of these young boys out here acting out because all they know how to be is emotional. They don't have no logic or thinking process of how to work their way outside of a problem. And if a woman has a negative connotation about a man, how then can she gonna teach a man how to treat a woman?
Yeah.
It's almost impossible.
Yeah. I'm agreeing with that. That's why I'm always pushing for the young ladies to find the dads. You can't make a man have a relationship, but try to encourage that man to have a relationship with that child that's his, even though you don't want him to be in a relationship with you. Because otherwise, we send our kids, boy children, if it all depends on where they live in. If they're living in too bad of a neighborhood, they come out being gang members. Then we send them to public school and then they're ruining it for everybody else because they're mean because they don't have this, because they're living below the poverty line. They're angry because they can't get this and can't get that. Dad's nowhere around. And mama, like the young man just said a minute ago, got 5 kids. She can't keep up with 5 kids. So one of the little boys done already got out the house and don't nobody know where he at. He down there somewhere robbing something. So it's like we're creating what we don't want. But how do we let these women know that it can't be hate? We got to stop it. We got to stop it. We understand there's some bad men. We understand there's some trashy behavior, but we got to protect ourselves so we can't end up this way. This is what I'm talking about. T-Shaw, how are you? This is what I'm saying. We got to have a solution. We need to have some words that we can share with the ladies that it ain't got to be hate. It starts with us. If we protect ourselves from those type of men, then there's no exposure to the disrespect. But you know what we do? We go get us another bad one.
Yes, because they're still broken. And a broken person is going to attract a broken person. You can't be broken and think you're going to attract the whole person. It's almost impossible because I have to realize who I am from the beginning. I'm not a human being. I mean, I get the concept, but God created me. So that means I'm a spiritual being having a human process going in this world. So if I know I'm a spirit, then that's energy. So if I know I'm energy, then I'm attracting exactly who I am.
Exactly. Gosh. Dre, we're going to have to figure out something. I want to come back with a whole message on the solution to the women that makes sense, something that they can take away with them. Because if you're in it, it's very hard to see.
Yes.
Touch someone who's made one error or one mistake and say, listen, baby girl, you had a baby by someone that wasn't your husband. It wasn't your man. We made a mistake, but let's stop right there. If we can get her and try to conform her thought process or her mindset instead of that woman with that misery and laying in the bed with the bonnet on her head and all, and we can get up. Because you see how they say things over and over and over again. That message gets in your head. It almost programs you or conditions you to think a certain way. And what I have is not that simple. So I can't continually say something over and over that they can understand that will change their mindsets. Mine is more of a dialogue. You need to hear what I'm saying. You need to hear what Dre just said. You are a spiritual being. That's energy. You need to stop attracting negative energy. But see, you're talking about something that is taught. I can't just say that and they get it. This is something right. Taught. So I have to figure out how we can put this in a bottle and serve it so women can hear that we deserve more and we have to elevate ourselves if we want a better relationship with men.
Yeah. I own my own barbershop, SB. So in the process, when we're in the shop, we have a whole bunch of conversations going on. And so I just listen to a lot of women as they sit down. We have a conversation about relationships, marriages, just anything, just random topics. But one thing I'm learning is the women say that they putting the work in to heal themselves and putting the work in to make themselves better. But you can hear in their conversation that they're not really totally there. They're saying that they heal, but their words are not matching what they're, what they're claiming to be. So, it's a process that people don't realize how much work it takes to really heal yourself once you've been hurt. When you're going through a process, I know I went through mine, and it took me years to build myself to understand my problem and my fault, because it's one thing I've learned, SB. I was taught this by my man of God. You have to take full responsibility of whatever happened in that marriage. Don't point, don't blame, because if you do, you will not change.
You will not.
So that's right. So you have to look in the mirror, take 100% responsibility of everything that happened. And that way you can really heal yourself. And that way, when you see that person again, you don't have nothing, no kind of funny feeling about looking crazy at them or being angry at them. I can really look at my ex-wife and we still can be friends as we are today. We still friends because I had to heal myself correctly. If I don't heal myself correctly, I'm bound to reproduce the same thing I did in the last marriage.
Mm. That sounds so good. We're going to have to talk about this. Who is that over there in that corner? Is that Hink in the basement? Hink, how you doing?
I'm good, security boss. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Hink, have you ever met Dre?
No.
I've seen him on Lapeef network there.
All right, good. It's good to see you. Now, Dre, did you want to add anything more? I think I'm going to talk to Hink for just a little bit, then I'm going to get out of here.
No, that's it. Thank you, SB.
But thank you so much. Listen, also, if you're in the barbershop and you see some women that can benefit from what I'm saying, send it my way.
I will, definitely. I will.
Thank you so much.
All right.
See you soon.
All right.
All right.
Hink, how you doing?
Well, I'm good now that I'm off of SB jail.
You wait a minute. You was on SB jail.
Yeah, you put me in a security boss jail.
When did I do that?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember. You locked me down. You ain't allowed me to come up.
Look, wait. Look, don't be making up stuff because you know good well we ain't never that. We've been trying to figure out how we can get to your show because you are on the same day as Krew season.
Now hold on now. I'm on earlier. I'm on at 7:00 Eastern.
I can't do nothing that early, but just on Mondays. That's why I'm trying to. I'm like, Lord. I'm like, listen. I was asking. One day, I think you came on at a good time, a little bit later, because I was asking Ricky. I'm like, how did Ricky get over there? I was thinking myself, how did Ricky do it? But Ricky must have. I don't know. Do you realize Krew season is 10:00?
Mm-hmm.
And you say 7:00. Where are you? Is that my time or is that?
Where are you? I'm Eastern, 7:00 Eastern.
Oh, so you 7. Okay, so you are my time. I'm also.
Oh, I'm trying to figure out why don't you come broke bread with me.
But that's what I'm saying. The only thing I thought of was that I thought you was at 9:00, and I don't know why I thought 9:00 on Wednesday, and that was right at Krew season because I do a pre-show normally for Krew season. I was like, I can't. And then that one time I saw Ricky, I said, how did Ricky get on that show? Did make it over here with perfect time? I was questioning it, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to do something different because I want to be in the basement. I want to check it out.
Come on,
now, I'm in the basement now. You know I done seen it, but I want to be there. I want to be like, what's going on over
here? Hey, it's nothing wrong with coming to break bread in the basement. The basement is a beautiful place.
Exactly, nothing wrong with it at all. So how you been though?
I'm good. I can't complain. I'm out here representing the SB. But see, that's sad that I'm repping SB, but I can't get it to my channel not one time.
I'm coming to the basement. Now that I know it's 7:00, I can probably come Wednesday. You gonna be on Wednesday?
I'm back in it, baby. It's gonna be a great topic on Wednesday too.
Okay. Listen, you 5 stars. Don't care where you at, so it don't even really matter.
right on. Power to the people, baby. Yeah, power to the people. But I'm just I came up on my lady sent me the show. She always ever since I turned. Let me tell you a little story. All
right.
She used to not like you.
Look, I know.
I said no. Security boss not like that. She about that love, bringing black love together, bringing people marriage and all that. I said give her a chance. She just seen you on one clip and just thought, no, she acted like I don't know. It's just I said, watch it.
Me, Dorian, I'm there. Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
You fine.
Oh, okay. It's just something about me. I get it all the time, Dorian, all the time. But I love y'all. I get it all the time. That's always what they say. It's just something about them.
Hey, look,
but then
Security, she started watching and gave it a chance. She said, I like it. I like that show. I like it. I said, I told you. It's a good show. Yeah. It's all about bringing us together. And now, I'm all about bringing the ones who want to be together. Security boss, we know not everybody's going to make it.
Right.
And I think that's our problem. We try to drag everybody over that threshold, and they just not going to make it. They're not built to make it. They don't want to make it. They don't want to work. I seen what's the Sugar Mom's comment? Nah, talking about being selfish. What's wrong with being selfish? No, that's not an individual that wants to get married.
I think Sugar Bum is not ready to be married, but
ready to get married yet, and that's okay.
Let me tell you something though.
It's okay, Sugar Bum.
It is, but Sugar Bum is here with me mostly every time that I'm on. So she's gonna. Loyal. Yes, but guess what? She's listening. So you can't continue to hear something and then continue to do the opposite. So in her time, she's going to get what she needs to get. But guess what? I need to answer some questions for her because she's seen examples of things that didn't work and she ain't trying to go there. I'm there with her. If you've never seen an example of something good, why would you want it? So I'm there with Sugar Bum on that. But I appreciate what she brings and everything, but she's going to continue to listen, and hopefully I answer all the questions along the way. And then right when she gets to a good place, that man going to come, he going to off her feet. Hey, boom, it's done. And then she's going to invite me to the nuptials.
But Secure Boss, you know something? The examples are there. You got to look for it. If you look for garbage, if you look for trash, that's all you're going to find.
Well, let me tell you.
All you're going to be looking for, that's all you're going to ever find. But if you go out there and search, do the research, do the work, go out there and look for positive encouragement, uplifting type of messages. You look for that, you will find that. Just like if you want to find garbage and trash, you're going to find plenty of that. You want to use drugs, go out there, you'll find the places. You want to find that bottle, go out there, you'll find the places. You want to find them ratchet men and women, you go out there, you will find their places. They're there if you look for them. But at the same time, you got to look for that positive, that uplifting and encouraging word, if that's what you're looking for. Now, if you're not looking for that and you want to stay in them gutters, by all means, enjoy the gutters.
But don't you think that most of our surroundings are negative, pretty much? I mean, because we do have examples of it. There's lots of examples of good marriages or what have you. But if we can't touch it, if I can't touch it, it's not an example for me. If my mom and daddy had a bad relationship and my aunts and uncles had a bad relationship and all my girlfriends are getting dragged and everything about me is just not good. It's just low vibrational. There's nobody that is happy. There's nobody that smiles. There's nobody that wants to live another day. Nobody talking positive. I'm not, that's who I am now. That's me. That's it. I'm there. I'm not going to get anything from that. And I just feel like that's where a lot of us are. As far as being examples of or seeing examples of married people, I just think a lot of us are right there. It's just not there for us. Sometimes we do some real corrupt stuff. We can tell you about all the junk that goes on, and it's a lot. I think that's what overwhelms us. So you know it yourself. There's not many people. They're coming out now though, but there's not many people that talk about being married, it being a good thing. It's mostly negativity, and then you got the feminist movement, which is very loud. You know, you that man's equal. You don't need him for this. You don't need, and I don't know what woman done told another woman she's some man's equal, but that was the worst information somebody could have gave to a woman because it is so false. So false that it's so false it gets us in trouble. That's how false it is.
But Security Boss, when you say R, do you mean us as a black people? Is that what you talk about when you say R?
Uh-huh. Okay. Black, because we're the ones, black people suffer from it more. Because
let me say this, Security Boss. We need to get out of our comfort zone then.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
If that means we need to go and find the answers from them other people, them good white folk, there's nothing wrong with it. I had a conversation with some good people earlier. I don't care where I get the information as long as I get it. It was a white man who told me how to finances, balancing my checkbook, home ownership, everything that I should have known, I didn't know. My father didn't teach me that. My uncle, nobody black told me that. It was a white man. Do you think I sit there and ran from that information? Oh, I can't listen to you, Mr. White Man. No, Mr. Charlie, I'm not going to listen to what you got to say because you white.
But
that's bull crap, though, security boss.
Oh, I agree.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But you're still from a certain place, though. Hink, you're still from a certain place. You're still from a certain place where you can hear. There are some people that will not hear good counsel because it depends on where it comes from. They just don't have the ears to hear it. I promise you. It's weird. It gets really weird. But I'm telling you, they will not accept good counsel.
Well, then, security boss, let me say this to you people out here who are not doing that. The hell with you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave you at the restaurant.
You got
what I can do for you, because if somebody's going to give me the information that can allow me to make more money, to save money, to flourish in life, in society, why not get that information? Take it back, bring it to the people, bring it to our folks, and share that information. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what needs to be done. But we're going to sit our own mess. Oh, no, I can't. If black folk, and the sad part about it, us saying black folk be trying to teach one another, we'll turn them down. We won't even listen to them. We'll turn our back on them. Nah, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay.
Wizard Kelly says, brother, you sound silly saying a snowman had to teach you basic life skills, man.
Say what you want, brother. And people like that who say stuff like that, I can't deal with them.
It's nothing to do with it. It's an honest statement. That's what we're talking about. It's what we're talking about.
Exactly what I'm talking about. That statement right there is an example of what I'm talking about. He says basic life skills. Black folk wasn't talking about finances. We live in debt. We don't savings. Is that a basic life skill? Yeah, in an aspect, you're right. But we wasn't teaching our people that. That information wasn't there. It wasn't shared like back down, family to family member, son to son, daughter to daughter. It wasn't. It wasn't a thing. We was living check to check. We just glad we got enough money to cover the bills and maybe to buy a few groceries. That's what it was. So not everybody's from that blessing. But brother, if you got the information, why don't you put it out there and share it?
Share it.
Not only with your kids, share it with your cousins, your nephews, your neighbor.
Exactly.
That man that look like you.
Share it.
That's they look like you. Don't just hold that information. Don't let it go to the grave with you.
Yeah.
Share it. Reach one, teach one. Don't just be sending out criticism if you're not willing to help a brother out, help a sister out by giving them your time and your education and your knowledge. That makes no sense to me.
It's got to be shared. You can't hold it. You can't help, because this is what I'm saying to you. It's the same thing about marriage. It's the same thing about being husband and wife. It's the same thing about how to be married, how it looks, how it should look, despite what we do. Sugar Bum says, why are these women divorcing men at 80%? Sugar Bum, I don't know. It's a bad idea. I don't even know if that statement is actually true. I don't know. I don't know why a woman would divorce. I know things go wrong. I know things are bad. I know you have abuse, all these different things that come in a relationship. But to leave your marriage, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But there are some situations you can't live in, and that would be different for each person to examine. But I wouldn't do that. Sugar Bum, I wouldn't tell any woman to divorce her husband, and I think it's not a smart thing to do. Outside of abuse. So, you say that as though, no, you asked the question. I can't say it, but what you said, why are they leaving at 80%? I don't know. I have no idea. Mama Carol, how are you doing today? It's good to see you. Let me read this comment, because listen, I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad you're here. I raised my son till he was 14, and I sent him to live with his dad, thinking it would help him. He came back totally ruined, no self-esteem. Wow. Mama Carol, I would love to hear more about this, but today ain't the day. But gosh, that is not supposed to happen. No self-esteem. I don't know. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that so much. Thank you. Oh, good to see you. I hope you're well and had a I did. And thank you for sharing that, Mama Karen. I would love to talk about that more because not all situations are perfect, but I still think that young boys, male children need that balance. So I don't know what the situation was. Obviously, you trusted dad enough to send him there, but definitely things happen in the mix. So this is something good to talk about. That could be a good topic. I would love to hear about that. Very good. But Hink, going back.
Yes, ma'am.
That was the example of what I was telling you. A lot of times we have it and we don't share it. Just because of reasons could be like that, or just that people don't have good examples. Because sometimes we think that we take for granted that everybody should know certain things. Just like he said, basic. But you are older probably than Wizard Kelly, so your time was different. Like you said, they only made a little bit of money, enough to pay the little bills, and that's it. With no savings, with no banking, is what it was. So it wasn't in your time to do that. Now, when you needed the knowledge, you got it, and you happen to get it from a Caucasian man. So now you now have passed it on. I know to your son, and he knows it much earlier. And me, my mom and dad didn't teach me anything about marriage, but my mom was a wife, and I saw an example of it. So now I'm passing on some things I know, and then some things I have learned.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not trying to hold it back because I think women can benefit from it. Because I don't see a whole lot of marriage, in my. Well, no, I did see it. I don't see a lot of divorce in my life, so it's a little different for me.
Definitely. I mean, let me say this about that. It's a lot of work. It's a 365-day job.
Yeah.
7 days a week. There's no off day. You don't have vacation time. Excuse me. You don't have vacation time. There's no personal time. There's none of that in a marriage. You got to come in with your hard hat and your work pail and ready to put that work in. It's not no off day. There's no sick days. You can't call in sick. Baby, I
just don't want to do it.
Like this husband today. I'm gonna take the day off. You hold it there. Ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. So, ladies, if you're not ready to put that work in, don't step into the arena. Fellas, if you're not ready to put that work in, don't step into that arena. Because I promise you won't like it. You're not gonna have good days every day. Every day is not gonna be a good day. You're gonna have bad days. You're gonna have rough. You're gonna have your mountains and you have your valleys. You have to deal with it. It's all about how you do it. Now, I want to see everybody get married, but we know the numbers are not going to allow that to happen.
Right.
So I say, hey, do the best you can. Get out there while you can. Ladies, you better compete. If that means you got to take some sisters out by the knees in order to get that man, you better do what you got to do.
All right, now.
Do what you got to do.
Do what you got to do. Listen, because you don't want to be left uncovered. I tell you that.
Ain't nothing sexy about that, security boss.
Nothing. It's not, and it's going to get worse. It ain't sexy at all. But I don't think people take it seriously. But they'll see. It all makes sense soon. If it's not already making sense, it will make more sense soon. Things are getting really hard. One bedroom, $2,800. What is that? Who does that? You can't even live. $2,800. Not many people make $3,000 a month. You have to make what, $6,000 to disqualify? No, you got to make $9,000 to qualify for that. Don't you got to make 3 times as much?
Security boss, I went over some numbers. I'm gonna have to reevaluate my rent. The rent. I'm gonna have to raise rent on my tenants because I'm not charging enough. What I'm seeing out here, I do a survey probably every 2 or 3 years, but I'm gonna have to do it every year now. I'm just slipping. They've been getting a 3-bedroom a house for $1,200. You know what they're going for? They're going for $1,800 now.
No, a 3-bedroom house. No. $2,500. 25. It all depends on where you live, I'm sure, but 25.
I'm missing money. I'm here in Kentucky. I'm missing money, and I'm pissed. I'm a hog about mine. So they're going to get a letter. Come January 1st, they're going to get a letter.
Well, yeah, we need to increase. I know it should be at least 15.
Security boss. They said 1,800 is the going rate for what I'm providing for these people.
Well, let me tell you something. Me being I'm a realtor at heart. I can believe you can put 1,800 on it and probably get it, but I'd rather have a good tenant than a struggle with one.
Well, that's true. That's true.
I'd rather have some sure money than play around and not get none, or have, because people get real mean with your house and stuff. I don't like that.
See, now you make me rethink some things. I got to evaluate. Okay, how's she been? Has she been doing right? She been on time with the money.
There you go.
I ain't had to come over and actually personally knock on the door and say, hey, I ain't do it.
Well, then it's time to increase.
I can't miss out because price of materials going up.
Yeah, no, it's time to increase.
It's got to be done.
No, I agree with you. It's time to increase, but again, getting some money is better than getting no money. You don't, and if she's been good, but $100, let it be $100 a month. That's what apartment complexes do anyway. $100 a month mostly. So yeah, it's time, and then because somebody will pay. I bet you every bit $2,000 for it, but will they be good? Will they pay it on a regular, or will they lose their job and then it be back on Hink trying to do it? And then, hey, you don't want that. You paying for where you at. You don't want to pay for 2 houses.
As a landlord, I've been through that bull crap, so I already know. I had to fix some people. I had to put some people out.
Hink, I told Mr. Boss I would burn the house down before. He said, what is wrong with you? I said, look, Hink, if I have to pay, because back here not too long ago during COVID, they had stopped paying, even though they were getting money. I was like, I am not going to pay the rent and have these grown-ups stay in my house. I was like, oh my God, I can't do it.
Hey, security, I know what I promise you, I know what I shared this. I'll tell a little secret to the people. I said, do me a favor, include the water bill into the rent.
Okay.
If they don't pay that rent, you're not paying your water bill.
Oh, I like that.
Water bill cut off, it's inhabitable. You got to get out immediately. Ain't no 30 days, ain't no 60 days. You out immediately. That's how I got it set up. Don't pay your water bill. Don't pay your rent if you want to. That water gets shut off because you ain't paid it because it's included. You got to get out. Now, I shared a little game for the people. Merry Christmas. He gave you a late Christmas gift.
Yeah, you did. I like that though.
Think about it, security. I'm just saying, think about it.
So you don't have no water, you got to get out.
It's inhabitable. You can't. They can go without LG&E, but you can't go without their water. And
so are you saying that so you also are putting it in the lease by saying they're responsible for paying for it?
I'm saying they don't pay for the water because that's included in the rent.
No, but I'm trying to get the verbiage right so they can't just go down there and pay the water and leave.
No. The water's not even in their name. It's in my name.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, it's in my name. It's in the contract. It's included. Your water's included in your rent.
I like that. I like that a lot. Wow.
But you cover the LG&E because I know how y'all people are. Y'all won't leave that heat on all winter long and that air on all. No, y'all taking that bill. Y'all gonna eat that. Yeah. You
can't function without the water. You're right.
It's inhabitable. You got to go.
I like that.
I'll be glad to see you out.
Wow. That was good, Hank. I like that. But listen, guys, Hank, I'm going to visit you Wednesday. So let me know. You always do. Don't worry about it. But do what you've been doing, I should say. But it's time for me to go now because I have some things I need to take care of. I appreciate so much that you were here today. And I miss seeing you, but we're going to make sure we keep up with you.
I know it. Thank you for allowing me to bless your show.
Whatever. Listen, comment section, y'all have been outstanding. Your questions have been great. Keep them coming. Listen, y'all know when the video posts, y'all can go to the comment section and continue to have comments because we need some answers to this question. It's if you have no respect for men, is raising a boy child difficult? I need to know. So anyway, y'all have a good night. I will see y'all again on Wednesday. Listen, guys, y'all come visit us over on Hink's channel. in the basement on Wednesday. Hopefully Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. Go to Hink's channel, The Basement, on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. I want to check in with him also. But then after that, y'all know I'm going to be on the Krew season at 10:30. So make sure y'all follow us all the way over there. And then again, we'll see y'all soon. Have a good night and a happy holiday if I don't see y'all again. Bye-bye.
I don't got it. Soul on the road. You screaming, stay, please don't go. Don't think it's in me to listen to flow. It's so different, we distance, we roam into zones where nothing get heard anymore. I just wish I was home when I stepped through front door, but instead I'm alone and completely unsure. And even though you're screaming out with the best of intentions, I don't get it. Why do you always gotta ask me to stay? Why you always gotta go? Playing house, this ain't a home with your soul on the road. Say, why you always gotta go? Playing house, this ain't a home with your soul on the road. See, I've been lost in my thoughts, and my thoughts they too scared to usher off. Sorry, Mom, I just thought you were my world. Now you're not. And I'm just sitting, smoking, sloping in the days, cause my days ain't been the same since I drove your away. I remember the way you wrote letters in blue ink. You and me was in love. Think about what your crew think. I know your moms probably think I'm a bastard. Your pops probably want to beat my death and take a in my casket. But I got sick of fighting, bickering, fussing over nothing, cussing. Instead of watching the death of discussions that we once had, days that we once spent in the backseat of our cars, reading poets at sunset. It's funny how love can pull out the foreground, get pushed into the back of your mind. We used to twist a spliff and laugh and relax. Are you crying? And I'm trying to find the reasons, so I ask, does forever ever happen, or is it always fade to black? I can't stay. No, I always gotta go. Playing house, this ain't a home with my soul on the road. I can't stay. No, I always gotta go. Playing house, this ain't a home with my soul on the road.